Hi everyone. Today I'm going to take you through the Pixelmator app on the iPad, and I'm going to explain how you can use that app to create a digital collage. So I'm just going to share my screen here. There we go. Okay, so now I am within the Pixelmator app. You can see the icon just down there next to my photos icon. And I've already created just a blank box square, which I'm going to add different images onto. Now, it was supposed to be my friends Kelly and Tim's wedding this year, and they were unable to get married this year, and they also had to postpone it last year. So I would like to create a little Valentine's collage for them. So this is a couple dancing the Charleston, and given that Kelly and Tim are in Charleston, I thought it would be a nice little collage to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to take the couple and I'm going to get rid of the background which is on this image. So I'll do that by going to the select tool, which looks like a paintbrush icon. So I click on the paintbrush icon, I go to select, and I'm going to, there's different ways that you can select parts of an image. You could do the elliptical selection for circles, rectangular, and you can do a free selection, which means that it follows just whatever path you want it to take. But I'm going to go for quick selection to select them. It's not going to be perfect because quick selection is never quite perfect. It's hard to distinguish for it to distinguish between particular dark parts of an image and its background. So we'll need to use the eraser tool after this. But in the meantime, let's just get this couple selected for the most part. Okay, and I'm going to copy that by just clicking on the screen, tapping on that selected section with my finger, and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to deselect up there in the top left-hand side. And I'm going to tap on the picture again, and I'm going to say paste. And that has pasted that section of the picture for a second time. So you'll see it pasted. If I just swipe in from the left-hand side of the screen, then I get to see the different layers which are within the overall image. I'm going to delete this background by clicking on that layer, and I'm going to just click it and say delete, and there we go. So we're left with just the couple, and I'm going to again click on the paintbrush icon, and I'm going to select paint and erase. So I can see that it's a soft eraser which is selected there. If I wanted it to be a paintbrush, I'd simply click on paint on that left-hand side, and that would change it to the paint brush option. But I'm going to click on erase again because it's erasing that I want to do. So I'm just going to start erasing this, the parts of the image that I don't want anymore. It doesn't have to be perfect for a collage like this, but just to get a general sense. Sometimes if you do these things too perfectly, it kind of takes the fun out of it. Now, one thing that I'll also say is that I am not a trained graphic designer at all. In fact, I didn't know how to use really any particular design apps up until a couple of years ago. But this particular app has been an absolute godsend. I think that a lot of us, especially through the past year, have had to learn different technologies that we didn't know anything about before, where resources are tight and you kind of have to work on the hop a lot. It's really, really helpful to learn some of the digital technologies that are out there. And even if you're not perfect with them, giving it a whirl is always a good thing. So I might have slightly over-egged her heel there. So as I do this, I'll probably speed up this bit of footage and give you some nice background music. what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have a look at a couple of photographs that I have already uploaded here of Kelly and Tim, which I thought were quite sweet. I'm going to take Tim. I'll take his face because it's pointing in the same direction as the guy in the picture doing the Charleston. So I'm going to select his face again using the paintbrush. I'll go to select, and again I'll choose quick selection as the select tool. I'll take his hat as well because that's quite sweet. I'll copy his face and I'll go back into images, and that's where all my Pixelmator images are. And I'll go back into this image here, and I'll just tap on this picture and I'll tap paste. Okay, and there is Tim's head. So let's pop him. Oops. When you're moving those blue dots around a head, say, if you have the setting set to the wrong thing, it can make, you know, the image stretch out wide or stretch up high, but we're not going to do that with Pure Tim. We're going to go to the paintbrush, and we select format, and there you can see the size. And in order to keep it scalable, the proportions the same regardless of how big you make it, you select constrain proportions. And that means that if I do make him wide, his head goes up as well. So it just keeps it scaled correctly so he doesn't look weird. So I'm just going to plot him over here. And I'm also going to just delete some parts of his head there because there's a bit of extra background. So I'll go to the erase tool and I'll just rub that out there. There we go. And that should get rid of those extra bits of background that he took with him. And I'm also just going to get rid of his neck there, so that it's just the image in the background that we keep. There we go. Okay, and I'm also going to change his coloring so that he is going to take the color out of his face. Now I can either click black and white, or I can just desaturate him completely. And sometimes just desaturation seems to work better than selecting the black and white picture. So let's see, I think that looks kind of cool. Now I'm going to go and select Kelly from a different picture actually, where she's already dancing. Take her gorgeous face there. So I'll add a bit of her hair afterwards, but for now, copy. And we'll paste her here. Now, I think what we'll see is that she is, let's just pull this to position so I can see properly. So she'll probably want to be tilted up a bit and much smaller. And then what we'll need to do is probably brighten her up a bit. There we go, and take away the saturation. Make her really quite bright. Her head looks a bit big there, so let's just, yeah, that's nice. But we need to get rid of original lady's hair. I think actually we'll just erase it. I think it will be fine to just erase. If there was a background, we could use the remove tool, but I think we'll probably just do this for now. There we go. Done. Let's get Kelly there. So does that look in proportion? Oops, daisy. Yeah, I think so. Maybe just slightly tilt Kelly. There we are. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a bit of her hair to add. We will just select a little bit of her hair Not quick selection. I think I'll probably do free selection. That means that I can draw a specific area. So I'm going to take this, done, and I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it. So we are going to move that, then we're going to deselect it. We're going to paste again, and we're going to move that to there maybe. Just erase a bit of it. It's nice and dark like the other one. Done. I'm going to stretch this one actually slightly. Oh yeah, that's good. There we go. That will work. And then where's this little one here? Yeah, that looks kind of cool. I'll just maybe delete a slight bit of it in that corner there. There. Done. Sweet. Okay, so they're dancing the Charleston, but it's a bit of a boring blank background at the moment. So I think what we're going to do, and I'm going to delete this, delete, and I'm going to copy this picture so that it becomes one big layer. So I'm going to copy that image, and I'm going to go to images in general. I'm going to create an image, custom size, and I'll make sure that it's a square again. There we go. Create. Okay, so let's create this background onto this square image. And then I'm just going to paste that picture of Kelly and Tim. I'm going to make them a bit smaller. And then finally, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this. I'm going to copy it to photos. And then I'm going to go into my Worble app. I'm going to go into my camera roll. I'm going to select Kelly and Tim. And then there's a Valentine's related thing that I could select to do some kind of background things, like have love hearts coming down there digitally, or maybe just raining from the skies. Or I could do something which is a little bit more starry. That's quite sweet. Or maybe this one, love floating through the air. And then I can save that either as a GIF or as a video. Is it too much to add to? I think that's just maybe just a bit intense. This picture, I suppose I could just have it up there. That's quite sweet. And then they've got the little love hearts and the bigger ones too. Maybe that one. Yeah, I think that's cute for Kelly and Tim. Dancing in the stars, because they are stars. Okay, so that is how to make a digital collage. If I want to send it to Kelly and Tim now, I can just save that to photos as a video or as a GIF, or maybe save it as a 10-second video. And then I'm able to email that over to them or share to social media. And that is how to make a digital collage.